Hello crafty friends, this is the Papered Chef here. In this month's paper pumpkin kit, February 2021, called the Bouquet of Hope, Stampin' Up had a little sample project in here, and I thought, oh, that would be fun to make this, or something similar, using the ScanNCut. So here I am going live with a ScanNCut tutorial, which I usually don't do. So hopefully I can stay connected and I won't have to move my camera too much, and we're going to do this little project here, but without the vellum. That was a die cut. We're going to create a frame that goes on this mini paper pumpkin box, and we're going to do it with this month's paper pumpkin kit. The reason I wanted to go live is because this is very timely. Okay, this tutorial, because you can only get this paper for one more day. You can't buy this paper. It's just a free paper. Hello, Nike. In other words, you can only earn it when you spend $50 or more at my Stampin' Up store. So let's put a little piece of paper here. This is called Flower and Field Designer Series paper. Put it upright. Make sure you put it on your ScanNCut upright, because we're going to cut it out as a rectangle. So the finished project is going to look like this. It's not going to look, we're not using this piece, but it's going to look like this. The reason I made the frame in this shape, you could make equal borders, but the reason I made the frame in this particular shape for this tutorial is because I wanted to make sure that the Thinking of You, the sticker from the paper pumpkin kit, would fit in there and you would be able to read it. So I'll show you how I decorate the box and all such things. All right, so now we're going to just get started. I'm going to move my machine carefully. I made it so I don't have to do much with this camera angle. The problem is when I go live and I change my camera angle, like I get cut off sometimes, and that's just a problem. So what I'm going to do is when you and that's a different template. When you use your ScanNCut, when you turn it on, you're going to see pattern and scan. Now I've taught this before, and I'll be teaching it in my course on boxes and envelopes that's coming up. I will teach how to do this with the Canvas Workspace software. You'll learn how to do similar things like this, like make shaker boxes, how to cover boxes. But right now, because I'm live, I want to show you how to make a frame right on your machine without having to leave your machine. One of the things I love about the ScanNCut is that there's so many built-in patterns, and you can do so much editing right on your machine. You don't even need to use Canvas Workspace a lot of the time. So when you turn on your machine, you're going to see pattern and scan. So we want, in the pattern one, we want the shapes. And you can select either a square or a rectangle. It doesn't matter. We're going to turn it into a rectangle. So whether you select a rectangle or you select a square is irrelevant, because as long as you uncheck this box, or actually check this box, when you select this box, that means you can change the width and the height proportionally. So any box can turn into a rectangle. Or should I say, any square can turn into a rectangle when it's not in proportion. All right, so now we're going to do the width and the height. Okay, hi Patty. Did I say hi to everybody? And Sandra? Okay, making sure I said hi. All right, height, 3.7. 3.7 inches. This is because we're putting it on a mini paper pumpkin box. Width, 5.5. 5.5. And you hear the little beeping sounds. You can turn off the sounds if they annoy you. I like having beeps to know that it's actually working. And when you hold your stylus on there, it goes up faster. The numbers go up faster. Go ahead and make 2 of them, and we'll change the size of one of them. So go ahead and click on 2. So we have 2 rectangles, but we want to take one of the rectangles and select it. And you know it's selected with the red rectangle around it. And you want to go to Edit. And you want to go to Object Edit. And you want to scale it down. Okay, so go ahead and scale it down. We're going to scale it down by just changing the width and the height. So I did it 2.7. And to make it easy, it went a little bit over. It went 4.1. Then I went and unchecked this proportion button and I made it 4. That way when I type the instructions later and you can read so the height of this inner one is 2.7 and the width is 4. And that accommodates, see, we're going to put that inside and it's going to accommodate the sticker that says Thinking of You onto the box. All right, so now let's put these in the middle I just like to put them in the middle to do the alignment part, and then I'll move them back up there. That's where my paper is on the mat. So now what I want to do is we have 2 rectangles and we want to make a frame. This is what we're making, right? We're making a frame. So we need to cut the middle part out of the frame. So within the software you could be using a divide feature, but in this one, if we just cut a rectangle inside another rectangle, it will be a frame. And if you've ever tried to do this with your trimmer, it's very hard to do. It's very hard to make, to get in there and cut around these corners and inside something. So I love that the ScanNCut can do it for us. And even though I could have made a thin frame around the whole side that was even, I wanted the sides to be wider so you could see this beautiful pattern in the Flower and Field Designer Series paper. So that's why I made the sides wider. But you can use the concept I'm teaching you to make any kind of frame you want with any proportions you want. So now what you're going to do is you're going to select, just click OK. And we're going to go and just click OK again. And you're going to see these 3 boxes here. These are selection boxes. So there's 2 ways to select. One is to drag a selection shape around part of your mat. But the other way is just to select everything on your mat. So we want the second way, which is selecting everything on your mat. And what that does is selects all your objects. And in this case, we only have 2 objects. So we want to align these both vertically and horizontally so that this frame is perfectly inside, right? So it's perfectly inside. So we're gonna go, now that we've selected them, they're both red, we're gonna click OK, and we're gonna use this tool here. This tool is the alignment tool. And again, make sure they're selected, and if they're not, you always got to go back and select them. They're still selected. We're good. We're doing good. We're going to click in this tool here, and we want to align these both vertically, that means in relation to each other, and horizontally. So click on the vertical alignment and click on the horizontal alignment. So now we have these aligned, but the problem is, click OK. If I try to move this up to the corner, I'll end up dragging one without the other. So what you want to do is you want to group these objects so that when I move this up to the corner where I'm going to cut it, they stay together. So go to group, object edit, group. And if I stay and I get a good connection and you're not telling me that I'm getting choppy or getting cut off, I will go through that quickly at the end again, just so you won't miss those settings. And I also have the description, some information in the description. So now as a group, see, it's a group now. I can move it up to the top right corner. So now we can do other things like make boxes for, or cut rectangles for the sides of the boxes. Hello. Oh, congratulations for just joining Stampin' Up tonight. You know what? That's great because you got that $57.50 worth of free paper when you joined today. That was the last day to get that, so that's awesome for you. In fact, I'll mention at the end of this video if I have time and I don't get cut off. Okay, here's a little piece. What I want to do is I want to make a rectangle down here, and there are pieces to the sides as well. But right now, I think this is the only piece I have handy. Well, I'm not the only piece I have handy, but for this piece of Designer Series paper, it's not really that it's handy. It's just that it's faced in a certain way. And I have to explain when you decorate your box, like, okay, for example, like this piece is facing this way. So you want to put the pattern into the machine here, like this. You want to put the pattern into your ScanNCut facing upwards. But if I were to make the sides of the boxes right now, you have to make sure you have the pattern going the right way. But I'm just going to make the front of the box. I'm going to make one rectangle for the front of the box. So just so you know what I'm talking about, I'm going to just go back to the beginning. I'm just going to say, okay, not to the beginning. And yes, Janet, you can absolutely do this on the CM350, 100%. Every single ScanNCut that was ever made in the history of time will do this. I know because I have the most ancient one there is, like one of the most ancient ones. Yes, they all do this. They all have some kind of feature to do shapes like rectangles, align them together. Yes, any model of ScanNCut will do this. So we want to click OK. We want to add a shape. And what we're doing is we're adding the shape to go in the front of the box. And later you can add shapes to go on the side of the box using the same method. But of course, you can, you resize them accordingly. But for the shape that goes in the front of the box and around the sides, when you're decorating your mini paper pumpkin box, you're going to make it 1 inch high. So hold your stylus down, right, 1 inch. And then make it exact, which is nice. You can make things exact. And then 5.5. Is it? No, 5.65, sorry. 5.5 is the top of the box. The sides of the box are bigger than the top of the box. 5.65. And that fits all around the box. And you could make more than one of these, but I think only one will fit right now under here. I think only one. Yeah, you can't fit two. Only one's going to fit. So now we have enough for the piece of paper I have planned for this tutorial that's on the mat right now. That's all I need, and I can go ahead and cut it. So we're going to click OK, and we're going to click Cut. Now, if you're using a CM machine, you can use a blade depth of 3 when cutting designer series paper. A CM, any model of CM, but I'm using auto blade technology. So auto blade means I don't have to set a blade depth. There is no blade depth to set. You can't set one, even if you tried. You could set pressure, but you can't set blade depth. So you basically can use a blade depth of you don't need a blade depth. Sorry, you need an auto blade. It detects what blade depth and pressure it needs. Is what I'm trying to say. So now, usually when I use my ScanNCut, I'm talking about. Oh, it's getting noisy, so let me just wait a second till I tell you the rest of this. So it's cutting. I don't want to move my camera, but it's cutting. See? Okay. So Rinka's asking about. Let me answer your question, and then I can go back to this. She's saying the starter kit should arrive at this. Yeah, as soon as you can get. Oh, you're answering each other. Good. There's a lot of demonstrators on here, so I'm glad you're answering each other. So you can get a starter kit, and the second you join, you're allowed to place your first order and get 20% off for all orders after that. And Nola's mentioning, she's one of the paper chefs. She's on my team. She's mentioning that, and I forgot to thank you mentioning this, that there is a refill kit available right now for all my Paper Pumpkin subscribers. Anyone who's a subscriber can get the refill of this kit right now for only $10, and you'll get 9 cards, 9 envelopes, the little vellum thingies, the little vellum with the gold things, the little doilies, all these stickers I'm going to show you with the different languages, all these little bouquets. You'll get all that stuff. You'll get everything but the stamp set and the ink spot. You'll get for $10. You'll get a refill. So thank you, Nola, for mentioning that. All right, so let's now get back to business. We're going to do this. We're going to take this off the mat. Yippee! And save all your scraps. So look at this beautiful piece that goes around the side of the box. Now let's decorate the paper pumpkin box, and then we'll get back to this screen again. Now I was trying to mention about the light. I sometimes talk about ScanNCut, and I say, hey, don't turn off your light when you're scanning and da-da-da-da-da. Well, I wasn't scanning anything. I was just cutting. That's why I can leave this crazy overhead light on. See this light? My video light can stay on, but never keep a light on like that shining into the side of your machine. If you were scanning, it would mess up your scan. But you can when you're just cutting, you can keep your extra lights on. All right, so now I'm just going to leave this there. I'm going to work on top of that just because I don't want to do a lot of moving around with my camera because I have a precarious internet connection. So the Global Paper Pumpkin Kit, this is going to go global. And it's going to be probably in April that it goes global. So what this is a mini paper pumpkin box by Stampin Up. They're food safe. And we make really cute little boxes that you can decorate nicely. We make paper pumpkin boxes. We make, I'm just going to go ahead and score it fold it while I'm talking to you. We make paper pumpkin boxes. We make mini pizza boxes. I mean, we now have Love You Always Treat boxes. I use the ScanNCut to cover and decorate every single one of those kinds of boxes. And I do show you how to create and reuse templates in my next course because it's something. All my courses are based on projects I'm actually working on. I don't just pull them out of thin air. So I always have projects I'm working on. And that's one of the projects I'm working on is making a lot of these, decorating a lot of these for a swap. So a 3D swap. So I have a lot of, the ScanNCut really helps me when it comes time to making these pieces that go on perfectly. Okay, so now we're going to, now that we have all the pieces scored, we're going to go ahead and put the frame on top. Make sure, and the reason I scored it first is to make sure you don't put it on upside down. If you lay the box flat, you tend to go, oops, and you're watching TV. And if you don't score the box, sometimes you put this on upside down. So that's the reason I'm mentioning it. So we're going to go ahead and use some Seal Plus adhesive. And by the way, the Seal Plus adhesive, it fits perfectly in the Snail Plus container. Because I had a snail container, not snail. Yeah, it was snail, but this one was a seal without the plus. In other words, the seal without the plus, I had a container, but I didn't have a refill for it. And I couldn't find my Seal Plus, so what I did is I put my Seal Plus refill into my regular seal container, and it fits just perfectly. Plus, I like Seal Plus better anyway. I like, because it has these little ridges, and they come apart so easily. Like, it's easy to like lift this up without, it's just easy. It's just easier than the regular seal. I find it easier to come apart. So now I got my little frame made. And even though I was showing you this in the tutorial, I was showing you the frame with the background. You could put this really cool background behind it, but I didn't want to do that. I like the way that the sample was done with the white in the background. I just like it. So you could use this. I'm going to probably use this for a different box with that bumblebee background. I think the bumblebee background would be cool, but right now I'm just going for the white background because it just is so stark. It's so nice. And I'm even going to do one in another language because I've already done one in English. And these stickers come in 3 languages: French, German, and English. And it's this global paper pumpkin kit should be available in all our different Stampin' Up! Markets in April. And you know, whenever you see that they come in different languages, you know that it's a global paper pumpkin kit. So you get 3 sheets of these stickers in your paper pumpkin kits or your refills. You get 3 sheets of these. So we'll do the German one because my friend Rachel, who probably is not watching my channel, but she's a very good friend of mine. She is recovering from, I mean, I'm saying she's not watching my channel because I don't want her to be, like, I don't want to, like, ruin the surprise. But she speaks German fluently and English. And so she is going to get this one. She's recovering from hip replacement surgery. And so that'll take a while, right? So the thinking of you, we'll put some fun stuff in there for her. But I'm going to show you what my finished project in a few minutes as well. Okay, so you got to take these stickers off easily. Oh, and save these because I think these will make cute little bunny ears. Well, not only could you use the reverse, the negative of your stickers to write with, but I just think these will make cute bunny ears, these little black parts. Come Easter time, so save your little stickers if you want to make bunny ears out of them, or save your negatives if you want to write the reverse of the words with your negatives. You still need to save all the little inner bits so that your words, so you can write them. Okay, so now you got your sticker like this, and see how I'm just kind of holding. You don't want to glue it all down at once. You want to sort of kind of wiggle it. Wiggle it just a little bit. So you want to make sure that it's on the white part so you can read it. And just get a couple points to go down. Don't get the whole thing to go down yet, because you'll rip your sticker. So kind of get this part to go down. Yeah, like that. Now I can get this off my finger and then I can do the rest. See? Once I get that off my finger, I'm good to go. Because all you need is points of contact, and you sort of work out from the middle with your sticker. Work out like kind of, there you go. It goes down nice when you work out from the middle and go outwards. I'm on my second paper pumpkin kit, and I found these a little hard to work with, but they remind me of vinyl, and it's the same way you'd work with vinyl. Right, but you have to kind of be careful. But I can't use vinyl. What's it called? I can't use the thing about the transfer tape. I can't use transfer tape because if you try to use transfer tape on paper, it could rip your paper. Okay, so that's why I'm not using transfer tape. Okay, so look at that. That's cool. Oops, cool. And then what I'll do is I'll put the English one maybe, on the inside. I could. I don't even need to. Actually, I don't need to because I put something else on the inside of this one. All right, let's get that little piece of paper that I cut that I was talking about, and talk about this. Let's get this little piece and put it out front. And I just love that, how it goes out front. So we're going to use that seal again. I just like to use 2 rows of seal. I would normally work on a flat surface, so I just don't want to move my camera. But there you go. See how I have 2 rows of seal? And we're going to put that right in the front. And I just wanted to show you that because when you saw the measurement, you're probably like, why is this 5.65 wide? And why is that only 5.5 wide? Well, you see how this is wider. The outside of the box is much wider than the top of the box. Okay, and then you could do, let's just show you how to assemble that. And then I'll show you how I decorate the inside and things like that. But not after I go back to the machine. So let's go like that. And like that. And like that. Okay? So that is how you do your box. And then I'll give you the measurements for the side as well. And I took double twine. I took double twine, meaning 2 pieces well, because in the picture that came with the kit, where's the picture? Here's the picture. They used this black and white twine from the Playful Pets. So I could have twisted it and made my own black and white twine, but that's too much work. So I just took a piece of black and white twine and made my bow that way, instead of using the already twisted black and white twine. I mean, if you're going to case a project, you try to get all the details right. But, you know, you don't always have the same supplies. So, like, that's from the Pampered Pet Suite, that really nice striped twine. Okay, and then I took a few of these really cute little sequins. This is from my refill paper pumpkin kit. And I just did a little, okay, come on, where's my glue dot? Stay glue dot. And I just did a little bit of that on one side. The reason I did it on that side is because my twine, I keep losing my little glue dot there. My twine was over here where I put the little the bow. I put the bow over here, okay? And so I put the bow over there, so I put the little sequins over there so it wouldn't block it. I'll show you the finished project in a minute, but let's go back to the machine because some of you just came on. I mean, a lot of you just came on. And I see Rinka, Gloria. Oh, yeah, press and seal. Gloria, great idea. Thank you, Gloria. Use press and seal when you can't use transfer tape. Press and seal is a great little kitchen product, and it's great. It's kind of like you're using the transfer tape, but it's better on paper. So I forgot about press and seal. It's like the world's best secret of crafters. Diana, hello. Okay, so I see you guys are having your own conversations. Yvonne, Janet. Okay, great, great, great. Now, let's go back to the machine real quick. And I'm not going to cut this part. I'm just going to show you this part. So I just want to show you something. Again, we're going to do this quicker. We want a frame. I'm going back to the beginning. Oh, by the way, you could save this if you want. You know, you could save this and use it again. And again, I teach that in my courses a lot. So you could save it, retrieve it. Another thing I teach in my course is how to do this welding in the first place. Because someone said, oh, can we scan these and cut these? Like, why would you want to scan these and cut these delicate stickers? No way. Just make your own stickers using the skills you learn in my Working with Fonts course. In fact, I have new coupons good till March 3rd. I'll stick them in the description of this video later. But you can weld your own fonts. So you don't need to don't need to scan stickers and make all this extra work for yourself when you can make things in Canvas Workspace. All right, so you could save things here, right? So you go down here to save, and you can go and save it to your machine or to Canvas or to your USB stick. And it's going to say you have a group pattern. It's telling you that you can't ungroup it once it's saved. Of course, we don't want to ungroup it once it's saved. So that's okay. So now I have that file on my machine. And now when I go back to retrieving data, I can retrieve from my machine that file. It's at the last page. Go to the last page, and there it is. There's my frame and my little piece. And plus, I would have some other pieces. In fact, this is what you're going to learn in the course. We're making this template in the course that's coming up because this is one of the things I did. This is the sides of the boxes. I made extra bookmark pieces. These are the inside of the box. This is a template that I made in the course. All right, now back to this beginning. So just to start back at the beginning, I'm going to do, thank you, Sandra, for your comment. I'm going to just start at the beginning and go faster now. So if you're like, oh, she's speaking so fast. No, it's okay. You're going to go back to the beginning of this video if you want a really slow version of what I'm showing you right now. Okay, because what I'm trying to show you is that once you gain the confidence to do these things, you're going to have like these projects done in a snap. When I decided to do this, it was like less than an hour ago. I go, oh, I'm going to make some frames. And I cut out a whole huge pile of them. I decorated boxes and I'm, all in less than an hour. And I mean, I even went to the point of going live, all in less than an hour. So, okay, so you go to your machine, you turn it on, you see pattern and scan. You click on pattern. You click on, you want the shapes, you click on shapes. You could select a rectangle or a square. We select a square. We uncheck the proportion box so that we can change the height and width in proportion to each other. I mean, not in proportion to each other. So we check that box so that you can change them independently. The height of this project is it's 3.7 high, 3.7 inches high. It fits perfectly on a mini paper pumpkin box, which will be linked in the description. Okay, the width of this paper pumpkin box, at the top of it, is 5.5. Okay, you can turn off the audible beeps if you don't like the audible beeps. You're going to go ahead and make 2 of these. Oops. How did I go from 5.5 to 4.5? There you go. It's going to be in the description. Okay, 5, and then you make 2 of these. So it's 3.7 by 5.5. That's this frame here. That's what we're making. That's this box here. If you don't make a frame in the inside of it, you still have a beautiful piece you can put on the box. But if you make a frame, I wanted the sides to be bigger because we want the thinking of you to fit in there. So we're going to go to make 2 of those. We make 2, we say set. They're right there. There they are. We want to change the size of one of them to make it smaller. So we go to edit, object edit, resize. We make it smaller. 2.7 by 4. 2.7 by 4. It does it a little bit like 4.1, but if I uncheck that, I can go to 4. And that way it's an easy number to remember. So 2.7 by 4. Now we want to take these 2 objects. We'll click OK. And we want to click OK. We want to select them all using the selection tool. Okay, selection tool. This second option is selecting everything on the mat. Okay, this first option is when you draw a selection around it. We select everything on the mat. We now want to vertically and horizontally align these 2 objects. We go to this object and we go to the alignment, and we go to vertically align them so that they're exactly aligned, and horizontally align so that they're exactly aligned. You know they're aligned when the little plus sign is in the middle. It doesn't get off center. We click OK. But if we try to move them, they're not grouped together. They're going to slip apart. So we want to click OK again. We want to go to Object Edit and use this shape. It looks like a circle and a triangle, and it's a group. We want to group those together. That way they stay together. When we move it to wherever part of the mat, we're going to be cutting it. Okay, at this point you can add additional shapes. And this paper, this flower and field paper, comes in 12 by 12 sheets. So you can put lots of these mini paper pumpkin boxes on one sheet and cut them, and you can also cut the sides of the box. But that's all I had. That's all the paper I had for this tutorial because as you can see, I've been cutting it all out. And also, I even made some little nugget wrappers and some extra sides of the boxes. All right, so now let's show you my project and show you, I'm going to talk about sale-a-bration one more time because it is the last day of sale-a-bration. Let me go ahead and unload my mat. And I will show you my project. There's my project. And there's my pieces. Okay, and there's, okay, sale-a-bration. Sale-a-bration. Last day, February 28th. It's the last day to earn free items when you spend $50 or more. So it's a good time to buy a prepaid Paper Pumpkin subscription if you were going to buy one anyway. I told my subscribers about that because if you do get a prepaid Paper Pumpkin subscription, you would not only save because of the subscription costs, especially if you get a year one, you would also be able to earn these free items for each $50 you spend. So flipping around, these are all the cool things. I've gone through this book many times throughout the last couple months. So let's stop here at this page here. So you can see all the designs of this really great paper I'm using. This Flower and Field Designer Series paper is free with a $50 order, and you get 12 sheets of double-sided paper. And the colors, like the bumblebee, not every color, but a lot of the colors, the bumblebee, the rococo rose, what else? The Murray, is it in there? I don't see the Murray Merlot. Well, there's Cherry Cobbler, which kind of looks like Murray Merlot. The Just Jade, and hey, Rococo Rose is not in there. I really thought that was Rococo Rose, but maybe not. That's actually called what is that one called? Petal Pink. I really thought that, and Flirty Flamingo. Oh, well, anyway, a lot of the colors, like the Just Jade and the Bumblebee, they coordinate with this Paper Pumpkin kit this month. Okay, here are other things you can earn for free. This one's like when you spend $100, and so is that one. Okay, and then we have a joining Stampin' Up special right now that goes on for one more day. A lot of you have inquired about that, and when you join, you get 5 packs for free. $57.50 value of Designer Series paper. It's all the color families. Well, except for the new ones that'll be in the next catalog, but it has 5 packs of paper. You get $57.50 value. Of course, they don't have stickers on them. That's me putting my labels on them. They don't come with stickers telling you the colors. That was me, right, putting stickers on them to show you the colors, right? I went through that before on my channel, so we're not doing that again. Lastly, I'm going to show you what's inside this box. Anyway, when you join Stampin' Up, that's an extra bonus until February 28th. But all the time, we have a great deal for joining. It's always $99 in free shipping. You always get to pick $125 worth of free items. You always get to do that. So it's always a great deal to join. It's just a better deal by February 28th. But, it's not like it's never a great deal. It's always a great deal. Okay, so here's what we made with the frame. Here's what I made. Double twine, black and white twine, but you could use black and white striped twine if you had it. Okay, I put the little doohickeys over there, the little sequins on that side. So there's my frame, flower and field paper. Okay, you are on my mind. What I did here is for the inside of the box, I took this little inside of the frame, and instead of using a whole piece of paper for the inside like I normally do when I put inside my boxes, I usually use a whole piece of paper like that. I thought, oh, this would be fun to just put the little frame inside there, the little insert of the frame. So I put that in there like that. So that's how I got the inside. Then I took You Are On My Mind, and that's from the Berry Comforting Paper Pumpkin Kit. You Are On My Mind. That's the Berry Comforting from December 2020. And then this is all the little fun stuff to put in there. When you're sending somebody thinking of you, you give them some real comforts, right? What are some comforts? Ghirardelli is always comforting, and they kind of match. See, the cherry cobbler color, the green, it matches the Ghirardelli chocolate. So try to put things in there that match. Some hand sanitizer, because we all need that right now. You could put a little face mask in these boxes. They hold a lot of stuff. Some tea, some green tea, some honey. These are I got at the grocery store. They're individual honeys, individual packs of honey to go with the tea. Some lip balm. This is a bumblebee color, and some Tic Tacs. So all fun stuff. And then what I did here is I put one of the doilies from the Paper Pumpkin Kit in the bottom of the box. That's the doily that came in this month's kit right there. So it's a really fun alternative paper pumpkin project all the way around. Everything done in here is all from the kit. Of course, except the box itself. These are mini paper pumpkin boxes that can be found on my Stampin' Up store. So I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. And I hope it wasn't too choppy. I guess Nola's my voice of reason. She'll tell me if it was. And let me know, because if I can get away with doing these lives with the ScanNCut, then you're going to create a monster here. We're going to be always doing them more often. I was just not wanting to risk it too much. But yeah. We had to today because, like I said, there's only one more day for the ScanNCut. So that's all for now. This is the Paper Chef. Thank you all for joining me, and we will see you next time.